You know what I'm realizing? You gotta be really motherfucking committed to get in the car wash. Because this line is crazy. I have been in line for nearly just about 40 minutes in the name of a car wash, bitch. That's not what the video is about. This video is about minding your words. Being mindful of your words and your thoughts and your feelings, right? Thoughts create feelings. That's why it's so important to choose the good ones. And it's not just for this moment, right? But each moment you're creating the next moment based on what you think, based on what you say, based on what you do, and based on how you feel. So you have to make it a point to be mindful of what you're allowing yourself to think. Maybe the first step in that is recognizing that you are not your thoughts. You are not your mind. Once you realize, and once you're able to step out of what you could appropriately call the monkey mind, because the human mind, it's all over the place. And, you know, I don't even know what the count is on how many thoughts we have a day. It's probably like 80,000. You know what I'm saying? But they come and go. They come and go. And that it's not always an accurate reflection of who you are and how you really feel inside. Right? So it's important to be able to step outside of that sometimes, often, and don't give too much power to your thoughts, but recognize that you are the power behind your thoughts. You are the awareness of the thoughts. And you do have the power of choice. You can always choose a better thought, a more beneficial thought. And it's important, especially if you struggle with unpleasant thoughts. A lot of people do. It's natural. You know, it's important to be able to step outside of them regularly. And remember, you're not your thoughts. You are the awareness. You are the consciousness behind awe. And, you know, this speaks to the power of meditation, you know, of the power of stepping outside of thought. Because when you do that enough, your awareness is enhanced just in general all the time. Because since thoughts create feelings, and when you become aware of your thoughts, you're more aware of the ones that feel good and the ones that don't. And you can really discern that by simply thinking a pleasant thought. Go to a fun memory in your mind right now. Like, go to conjure. What's your favorite memory? Right? For me, a lot, you know, a lot of them are, I would say, vacation. You know, who doesn't like to go on vacation? So vacation, especially somewhere tropical, right? How does that feel to think about it? It feels so good, right? And try to keep your present awareness out of it, because, you know, thoughts spiral. So you could think, oh, that was so fun. But then if you are not careful, you could have the next thought, oh, but I'm not there now and this sucks. So you have to be, you know, you have to be on point, and you have to be aware of that thoughts can spiral. And don't let your present mind, like your present circumstances, hinder that good feeling thought. Just enjoy, you know, what was the funnest thing you did? Go deeper, you know. And if you're bothered, if you're already triggered, you're already dealing with some crazy human shit, sometimes it can be more difficult to find the better feeling thought. And that's when you kind of just have to have a more general thought, like all is well. You have to remind yourself, all is well. All is always working out for me. You know, this too shall pass. Out of this, only good will come. Doesn't matter what it looks like in the moment. It's working out. It's always working out. It's always working out. It's always working out. Even if you have to robotically or mindlessly affirm that, it's important to be able to do that so you don't get too caught up in what's happening around you. Life is more about, it's not about what happens, it's more about how you react to it, right? And a shift in perception, a shift in perspective can make all the difference between a good mood and a bad mood, a good day and a bad day, a good life and a bad life, or what one might perceive. Now, you know, of course, if you want to go to a deeper level, there is no good or bad. Some things just are more beneficial. Some things are just more in alignment with where you want to go, and some are not. But don't get it twisted. You're never on the wrong path. There is value in every fucking thing. There's value in everything. Even the things that you want to suppress or consider that don't feel good. There's value in that, because when you know what you don't want, it makes it clearer. That contrast highlights what you do want, you know? And so when you experience things you don't want, the beautiful mechanism of who you are is so powerful that even if you're experiencing something you don't want, you are simultaneously setting yourself up to attract what it is that you do want. That's how powerful you are. And the only thing that slows that down is worry, is fear, is doubt, is disbelief that you are that powerful, that, you know, you are the operant power. You are, baby, you're it. You're animating this whole shit. You know, I feel like I keep coming back to this in my videos, but the reason why is because when I personally realized some of these things, and it was, you know, like I first, you know, I've been on a lifelong journey of learning, right? I got knowledge of self when I was 13, 14 years old. And, you know, ever since then, I've just been fascinated with learning. You know, I love to learn about how things work. And especially I love learning like things that might be more esoteric, more hidden from view, you know, but they're there. And especially in 2025, that you can know whatever the fuck you want. You know, there was a time, y'all, when we did not have the internet, when we literally would go to the library, you know, and look up books on subjects that we wanted to know more about. So, you know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you're ignorant in 2025, that is a personal choice. And it's a pretty deliberate choice too at this point, you know, because it's out there. There's so much out there. There's so much out there. But anyways, the reason I keep coming back to the power of awareness, of knowing who you are, being aware of who you are as the God of your reality, is because it was so empowering to me when I first discovered these truths, you know? So my desire is for everyone to be aware of their power so that you can make your life better. Like, it makes your life better when you you give yourself the power of just being aware, right? Knowing how powerful your thoughts are, and knowing that thoughts create things, and that you have the choice to think a good thought or think a thought that doesn't feel good, you know? And once you learn that, and once you learn how to wield that power correctly, in short order, you will be living the life of your dreams, you know? You have to trust yourself. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to understand the power that you have. There's no power outside of you. You know, any power that's outside of you is power that you've given away, whether consciously or unconsciously. So, yeah. Know and understand that you are creating your reality with every thought, every word, every feeling. And you always have the power to choose a different thought, to choose a different reality, to choose a different state. Everything is a state, you know, and whether you're choosing it consciously or unconsciously, it is of your creation. So do yourself a favor and be mindful of what you're thinking and what you're saying, even if it is what you're actually seeing in your 3D. Like, what's the benefit of talking about something that doesn't feel good? Ask yourself that truly. What's the benefit of that? Does it make you feel better to talk about things that don't feel good? Perhaps for some it might, you know? But if your overall goal is to feel good and live your best life, at some point you have to understand the power of your focus, you know, the power of your thoughts and the power of your focus, and focus on what you want, not on what you don't. So, you know, it takes practice, but practice makes perfect. I was having this conversation with someone earlier today, and you know, we were having a back and forth conversation, and she was telling me how she feels and how frustrated she is with a lot of things, and I was trying to impart this wisdom on her, like, you know, you got to be mindful of your reactions to things. And she was so invested in expressing how frustrated she was to me that everything I said was like going in one ear, going out the other. She wasn't entertaining it. She wasn't trying to hear it. And she wasn't rude or disrespectful about it. It just was not landing with her, right? It wasn't resonating. And it's because she wasn't letting it. She was so, you know, focused. Where she was focused on was not on feeling better. It was venting to me what made her so upset. And even though, you know, I indulged her, I allowed her to express what she wanted to and talk as long as she wanted, and then I would just come back with a little gentle reminder, like, you know, you want to be mindful of your reactions to life. You know, life can do that to you where you know, if you react to every little fucked up thing, well, what appears as a fucked up thing that happens, but you're gonna be fucked up all the motherfucking time. You know, you're gonna be a basket case out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know, be mindful. That's what we're gonna call this video. Be mindful and understand that that's gonna benefit you, whether it feels goofy or crazy in the moment to distract yourself from something that feels pressing or like you need to worry about or you need to correct right now. You know, if it feels like a problem, you can't even perceive the solution while in the state of mind of the problem, right? You're in two different frequencies. The solution does not come in that space, from that space, because the solution is a whole different vibration. And everything that you want, you're only vibrations away from it. Everything does exist here and now. And everything is energy. When you tap into the frequency of what you want, and you maintain that frequency consistently and regularly, you will see, i.e. manifest, what it is that you're wanting. The trick is to always talk yourself back into your power. To always, you know, no matter what's happening, remember who you are and the power that you have, and to not let yourself get so caught up in things that's external. And anyways, everything that's external, that apparently is external, is only a mirror. It's an illusion, you know? The world is constantly reflecting to you what you are doing within yourself. So if you don't like the reflection, you don't go to the mirror and wipe the mirror off, right? And be like, give me a different reflection. You change you change yourself, right? If you're looking in the mirror and you're mad and you're like, bitch, smile, you know, you have to smile. You have to take the step, the conscious action of making that change internally. You know what I'm saying? And you have that power. And again, it just takes a little bit of practice. It takes first and foremost knowing that you have that power. You know, being aware that you are wielding that power in different ways all the time, and coming into and deciding how you want to feel, and then bringing your thoughts into alignment with how you want to feel, whether you feel like that right now or not. Know how you want to feel and simply focus on how you want to feel. And the more that you do that, the easier it becomes. So, yeah, mind your thoughts, mind your words, and trust that everything is always working out for you, because it is. It really is, right? Doesn't everything always work out? You know, like, think about that. Think about the hardest shit that you've overcame in your life. You overcame it. And probably while you was in that moment or in that situation, you probably couldn't see the light or the way. But it still happened. You don't always have to be able to see how it works out. You just have to trust that it will. Just trust that it will. All right, I think there's 2 cars in front of me now. And this is my first time coming through this car wash. So I got to prepare. I got to I don't want to hold the line up when I get up there. I got to get my code ready, and I guess I got to log in. But that's neither here nor there. Be mindful of your thoughts. Know how powerful you are. And this might feel off subject, but it's coming to mind to say, know you're worthy. Know you're loved. Even if you're not feeling or experiencing that in the 3D, in your personal life, I love you. I appreciate you. Just for being, not for anything that you are doing or have done or will do. Just for being. I appreciate you and I love you. And if you have any, thoughts or commentary or questions about this, I would love to answer them in the comments. Just be mindful and treat yourself better in the moment, and know that you hold the power to accomplish, achieve, manifest whatever it is that you want through the power of your focus. All right, y'all. Peace.